Hello friends and welcome to Pendulum Edu. Today we'll be discussing daily current affairs of 6 July 2020. So guys, quickly join this session and also ask other people to join this session. And those who have not subscribed to our channel Pendulum Edu, please subscribe it and do not forget to press the bell icon to receive notifications. Now let's start the news. The first news is ICMR will launch indigenous COVID-19 vaccine by August 15 after the completion of clinical trials. And ICMR has developed this COVID-19 vaccine named Covaxin in partnership with Bharat Biotech Limited, and this is the first indigenous vaccine which is developed in India. And recently Central Drug Standards Control Organization, which is the national regulatory body for Indian pharmaceutical and medical devices, it has given permission to conduct the human trials for this vaccine. Postgraduate Institute of Medical Sciences in Rohtak, Haryana, it will conduct clinical trials of Covaxin. 13 medical institutes have been granted permission by the Indian government, including the Institute of Rohtak, that is PGIMS, to test this vaccine on humans. And this test will be done in two phases. In the first phase, 375 individuals will be tested, and in the second phase, 750 humans will be tested for the vaccine. Let's see how successful this vaccine is going to be. Moving to the next news, import of power supply equipments from China is not allowed without the permission of the government, and the government said this in a virtual conference of the power ministers of the states. And these imports, these can be used as Trojan horse, which can lead to the crisis of power grid closure in the country. Trojan horse is a malicious code. It is a malicious code or software which, when downloaded or installed on the computer system, it appears to be harmless, but it actually harms the system. It usually take the control of the computer system. Therefore, the government's permission will be required for imports of all electrical appliances and components from China or any other country. Also, all such things, these will be thoroughly inspected in certified laboratory set up by the Ministry of Power to ensure that there is no malware, Trojan or cyber threaten them. Also, the government has stressed the need to encourage Indian manufacturers of conductors, transformer, tower element and power components so that India can become self-reliant and the dependency for import of this power supply equipments from China and other countries can be reduced and India could be made Atmanirbhar. Okay. So moving to the question part, recently the government has refused to import power equipment from which country without permission? Brazil, Russia, China and America or US. Quickly comment the correct answer. What will be the correct answer for this? Option C will be the correct answer. Moving to the next news, Housing and Urban Affairs Minister Hardeep Singh Puri launched a toolkit for Swachh Sarvekshan 2021, and this is the 6th edition of the Annual Cleanliness Survey of India. This Swachh Sarvekshan, it was launched in 2016, and Swachh Sarvekshan is done separately for urban and Gramin region, that is rural region. For Swachh Sarvekshan urban is conducted by Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, while Swachh Sarvekshan Gramin, or you can say rural, is done by Ministry of Jal Shakti. Ministry of Jal Shakti, it conducts this Swachh Sarvekshan Gramin. Initially it was done by Ministry of Drinking Water and Sanitation, but later this ministry was merged with Ministry of Water Resources to form a new ministry, that is Ministry of Jal Shakti. So if there is option of Ministry of Jal Shakti, then mark that as the correct answer. This year new category of awards have been announced titled Prerak Daur Samman, and there will be total 5 additional subcategories in this, that is Divya, which is platinum, Anupam gold, Ujjwal silver, Udit bronze and Arohi aspiring. The top 3 cities are being recognized in each subcategory. Along with this, integrated Swachh Bharat Mission Urban MIS portal was also launched, and this portal is an attempt to bring multiple digital initiatives on one platform. Moving to the question part, recently the toolkit for which edition of the Annual Cleanliness Survey has been launched by the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs? First edition, second edition, third edition and sixth edition. Quickly comment the correct answer. What will be the correct answer? The correct answer will be option D, that is the 6th edition. Moving to the next news, decision to open all the monuments protected by the center, that is centrally protected monuments located outside the containment zones. These will be open for public, for the visitors, and complete security protocol will be followed, and these have been opened from today, that is 6 July 2020. A total of 3,691 centrally protected monuments fall under the Archaeological Survey of India, out of which 820 monuments have places of worship which were opened from 8 June 2020. And visitors must follow social distance, and use of face cover or mask is mandatory. Also, no group photography will be allowed within the premises, and thermal scanning provisions and hand hygiene are mandatory upon entry. Talking about Archaeological Survey of India, it is a government agency attached to the Ministry of Culture. It is responsible for archaeological research, excavations and conservation of cultural monuments in the country. It was founded in 1861 by Alexander Cunningham, and its headquarters are located in New Delhi. Moving to the question part, at present how many centrally protected monuments come under Archaeological Survey of India? Quickly comment the correct answer. Keep commenting the correct answer. 3,691, 4,496, 5,493 and 2,691. Quickly comment the correct answer. The correct answer will be option A, that is 3,691. Moving to the next news. More than 126 miners, they were killed in jade mine collapse in Kachin province of Myanmar, and many people are missing over there. The accident occurred in Hapakant, which is a remote area in Kanchan state, due to the landslide in the region after heavy rains. Hapakant is the biggest jade mining center in the world. What is jade? Jade is a bright green gemstone which is used to make jewelry. And you can see the location of Myanmar in the map. Myanmar share its border with India, China, Laos, Thailand and Bangladesh. And this Myanmar, it was initially known as Burma, and it is a Southeast Asian nation which is very important from India's look east, or you can say act east policy point of view. And its capital is Nay Pyi Taw and the currency is Burmese Kyat. Tell me who is the current president of Myanmar. Quickly comment the correct answer. President of Myanmar. Win Mint is the current president of Myanmar. Moving to the question part, in which country is the world's biggest jade mining center located? Chile, Myanmar, Vietnam and Laos. Quickly comment the correct answer. What will be the correct answer for this? The correct answer will be option B, that is Myanmar. Moving to the next news, IMD issued orange warning for Mumbai. Now the Indian Meteorological Department has issued an orange alert for Mumbai, as it has been predicted that heavy to very heavy rainfall will be occurring in Mumbai and the adjoining districts. Indian Meteorological Department usually uses 4 color codes to issue the warning. Green is issued when there is no warning, that is the weather is normal, and yellow is issued when there is severely bad weather. Orange or amber is issued when there is extremely bad weather, and red is issued when there is extremely bad weather condition which is likely to cause threat to life and property. So now the orange alert has been issued. That means that there is extremely bad weather, but also along with this, transportation system is going to hamper. Okay, so orange alert is issued, and when cyclone Nisarg that arrived, then orange alert was issued because it was likely to cause extremely bad weather conditions in the region. So therefore orange alert was issued when cyclone Nisarg was going to arrive in the region. Talking about Indian Meteorological Department, it is an agency of Ministry of Earth Sciences. It was established in 1875 and its headquarters are located in New Delhi. It is responsible for meteorological observations, weather forecasting and seismology. So whenever there is any chances of extremely bad weather condition due to floods, landslides or earthquakes, so Indian Meteorological Department issues warning. Moving to the question part, what is meant by the orange alert issued by Indian Meteorological Department? Quickly comment the correct answer. No warning, bad weather, very bad weather, extremely bad weather conditions that may threaten life and property. What will be the correct answer? Option C will be the correct answer. That is very bad weather conditions. Moving to the next news. Loans worth over rupees 1.10 lakh crore sanctioned under Emergency Credit Line Guarantee Scheme by the public and private banks, and among them SBI, HDFC Bank, Bank of Baroda, Punjab National Bank and Canara Bank. These are the top lenders under this scheme. So what is this Emergency Credit Line Guarantee Scheme? So this is a scheme that was launched to provide relief to the MSME sectors. Under this, eligible MSMEs and Mudra borrowers, that is micro units development and refinance agency borrowers, these are covered under the scheme. They can apply for this for the loan under this scheme. Under the scheme, National Credit Guarantee Trust Company NCGTC provides 100% guarantee coverage, and this scheme, it is applicable till 31st October or till sanctioning of rupees 3 lakh crores. Now moving to the question part. What is the time limit for Emergency Credit Line Guarantee Scheme? 31st October 2020, 30 September 2021, 15 August 2020 and 31st July 2021. So what will be the correct answer for this? Quickly comment. The correct answer will be option A, that is 31 October 2020. Moving to the next news. The construction work for Pitabiram Tidal Park, it is underway and the first client will log in by 2022. Currently 90% of IT parks are located in the southern parts of Chennai, and people used to go for work in the southern parts of city from the northern part, and it causes traffic congestion, and also there is less development of software companies in the northern part of the city. And this tidal park, if once built, then this will be the first integrated project in the northern part of the city, and people will be able to opt to work over there, and it will also help in easing the traffic distribution and congestion in the region. So let's see a question. In which state is the construction work for tidal park in Patabiram going on? Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka. So what will be the correct answer? Quickly comment. The correct answer will be option A, that is Tamil Nadu. Moving to the next news. Iran threatens to retaliate against any country that carried out cyber attack on its nuclear sites. So recently, an under construction building near Iran's underground Natanz nuclear enrichment facility was damaged recently, and it has been predicted that fire may have been caused due to cyber sabotage. And in response to this incident, the head of the civil defense of Iran, he threatens to retaliate against any country who carried out cyber attack on its nuclear site. And Natanz nuclear enrichment site, it is one of the several nuclear sites of Iran which is monitored by IAEA, that is International Atomic Energy Agency, who is the nuclear watchdog of United Nations. And Natanz, it is located in the desert in the central province of Isfahan in Iran. Western intelligence agencies and IAEA believe that Natanz is the centerpiece of Iran's nuclear enrichment program, that was a coordinated nuclear arms program which had halted in 2003. Now let's see a question related to the news. In which country is the Natanz nuclear enrichment site located? Iran, Pakistan, France and Russia. Guys, quickly comment the correct answer. What will be the correct answer for this, where this nuclear enrichment site is located? The correct answer will be option A, that is Iran. Moving to the next news. In the United States, two renowned Indian American have been nominated for the 2020 Great Immigrants Honor, and writer and oncologist Siddharth Mukherjee and Harvard University professor of economics Raj Chetty, they have been selected by the Carnegie Corporation of the New York for this honor, and this honor is being given to both of them for their contribution and efforts to reduce the COVID-19 health crisis. They are among the 38 naturalized citizens who are being honored by the prestigious American Foundation ahead of the American Independence Day commemoration this year. And American Independence Day is celebrated every year on 4th July. Dr. Mukherjee, he is a noted biologist, oncologist and author of many acclaimed books. He was awarded the Pulitzer Prize for his famous book, that is The Emperor of All Maladies, a biography of cancer. So a question can be asked, because this book has received Pulitzer Prize. So, and the name of this personality is in news, so therefore this becomes an important topic for you. So a question can be asked this: who is the author of The Emperor of All Maladies, a biography of cancer? So the correct answer will be Siddharth Mukherjee. In 2014, Dr. Mukherjee was awarded the Padma Shri. And Professor Raj Chetty, he is one of the youngest professors at Harvard University. The Great Immigrants Award is an award which is given to the people of origin from 35 countries for contributions to human rights and computer science, to arts, business, education, healthcare, journalism, music, politics, religion, research, and American life. So such people are given Great Immigrants Award. Now moving to the question part, which of the following is true about Siddharth Mukherjee? So quickly comment the correct answer. Which statement is true? He has been nominated for the US 2020 Great Immigrants Honor. Dr. Mukherjee is an eminent biologist and oncologist. He has also been awarded the Padma Shri, one of the highest civilian honors in India, and all of the above. So what will be the correct answer for this? The correct answer will be option D, that is all of the above. Moving to the next news. The UN Security Council has sought to put an end to the major conflicts which are going on in various countries like Syria, Yemen, Libya, South Sudan and Congo, so that COVID-19 can be dealt with. And the ongoing World Health Organization related dispute between US and China, it has been resolved. After that, the proposal was unanimously passed. On March 23, UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres, he called for a global ceasefire and combat the pandemic. This proposal to put an end to the major conflicts going on in various countries was brought by France and Tunisia. But these measures do not apply to military operations against Islamic State and Al-Qaeda extremist groups and their allies. Moving to the question part. In which year was the United Nations Security Council established? 1945, 1923, 1957 and 1965. What will be the correct answer? Quickly comment. 1945, 1923, 1957 and 1965. The correct answer will be option A, that is 1945. Moving to the next news. The coaches who train Indian athletes will now have a tenure for 4 years, and this will be applicable to the foreign and also the native coaches. This decision has been taken to align their tenure with the Olympic cycle, and this will ensure that correct coaching for the country's athletes, and also it will improve India's chances in all major international tournaments or any other tournaments, as the frequent change of coaches, it hinders the athletes' performance, and by fixing the tenure, the performance of the athletes will be ensured, and there can be improvement in India's chances in all major international tournaments. This will also help India's long-term roadmap for Olympic preparations for 2024 and 2028. This year, the contract for all foreign coaches has been extended to September 30, 2021, as the Tokyo Olympics 2020 had been postponed until next year. Initially, they were supposed to take place in 2020, but now they'll be taking place on 23rd July 2021 in Tokyo. The first Olympics, they were held in 1896 in Athens, Greece. Moving to the question part. Recently, how many years have been fixed for the coaches who train Indian athletes? Quickly comment the correct answer. 6, 4, 5 and 3. What will be the correct answer for this? Quickly comment. 6, 4, 5 and 3. The correct answer will be option B, that is 4 years. Moving to the next news. Investigation into 2011 ODI World Cup cricket final match fixing has been suspended, and recently the former Sri Lankan Sports Minister Mahinda Nanda Aluthgame alleged that the 2011 final, that is World Cup 2011 final, it was fixed between Sri Lanka and India, and 3 Sri Lankan players, Kumar Sangakkara, Arvinda Das Silva, Upal Tharanga, were questioned by the SIU in this regard. The statements of the 3 cricket players, they are found to be correct, and according to them, the changes made in the team during the tournament was correct, and now the investigations have been dropped due to insufficient evidence and public outrage, as the senior players, they have been called for the investigation. And this was very interesting match. The 2011 World Cup was one of the most memorable moment in the history of Indian cricket. In 2011, India won the 2011 World Cup final, and this match was played on 2nd April 2011 in the Wankhede Stadium, which is located in Mumbai. And this was held between India and Sri Lanka. The finals were held, and the captain for Indian team was MS Mahendra Singh Dhoni. And before this, India won the One Day Cricket World Cup in 1983. Okay, so this was the second World Cup which was won by India in 2011, and the first one was in 1983. Kapil Dev was the captain of the Indian team during that time. Now moving to the question part. At which place was the 2011 Cricket World Cup final played on 2nd April 2011? Mumbai, Chennai, Kolkata and New Delhi. Quickly comment the correct answer. The correct answer will be option A, that is Mumbai. Moving to the next news. Launch of Fit India talk sessions under the Fit India program by the Government of India. The series of this interactive session, it aims to inspire school children, and this talk session, it is being organized by the Ministry of Human Resource Development in collaboration with Sports Authority of India. This is a series where champion athletes, they will talk to students and share their inspirational life stories with them. The session was premiered on 3rd July in the presence of badminton star PV Sindhu and Indian football team captain Sunil Chhetri, along with HRD Minister Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank and Sports Minister Kiran Rijiju. And it will have a total of 6 sessions which will run till 14th July. And also the badminton star Ashwin Ponappa, Indian women's hockey team captain Rani Rampal, table tennis star Manika Batra, shooter Apurvi Chandela and inspirational Paralympian Deepa Malik, they'll all join these sessions to motivate the school children. Now moving to the question part. The Fit India talk sessions is being organized under the Fit India program. Who will be motivated under this? School children, players, professionals, students of technical institute. Quickly comment the correct answer. What will be the correct answer for this? The correct answer will be option A, that is school children. Moving to the next news. The Department of Siddha and Indigenous Medicine of Tamil Nadu forbids people from using fake Kabasura powder. Although the people, they were using Kabasura powder to increase their resistance against COVID-19, and this was observed. The people who were taking continuously Kabasura powder with water for 5 to 7 days, they had significantly increased in immunity level. But at present, fake Kabasura powder, it is being sold in the market, which has raised the government concern. And the real Kabasura powder, it is an ideal blend of 15 herbs, which includes Nilavambu, which has the highest immunity boosting potential. The State Siddha Department is also organizing awareness campaigns along with the Union Ministry of Ayush, create awareness among the people regarding which powder is fake or which has to be utilized, or what are the herbal medicines which have to be utilized or which can be utilized to increase the immunity against COVID-19. Moving to the question part. Which state's Department of Siddha and Indigenous Medicine has prohibited people from using fake Kabasura powder? Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Tamil Nadu and Gujarat. What will be the correct answer for this? Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Tamil Nadu and Gujarat. The correct answer will be option C, that is Tamil Nadu. Moving to the next news. The Meghalaya government has decided to launch random rapid trials from Barnihat to Khanapara in Rayo Bhoi district bordering Assam. And since the number of cases in the state are rising, and also the total number of active cases in state has gone up to 18, therefore the decision has been taken to launch random rapid trials from Barnihat to Khanapara in Ri-Bhayu district, which borders Assam. Meghalaya, it is a hilly state in the northeast India. You can see the location of Meghalaya in the map. This Meghalaya share its border only with one Indian state, that is Assam, and with one neighboring country, that is Bangladesh. And the capital of this state is Shillong. Governor is Tathagat Roy and Chief Minister is Conrad Sangma. Moving to the question part. Meghalaya borders which of these Indian states? Tripura, West Bengal, Assam and Sikkim. Quickly comment the correct answer. Meghalaya share its border with which of the following Indian states? Tripura, West Bengal, Assam and Sikkim. The correct answer will be option C, that is Assam. So friends, here we have comprehensively covered daily current affairs, and if you like this session, please like it, share it as much as you can. If you have any doubt, you can mention that in comment box, and also there is a link in the description to download monthly PDF for month of June 2020. You can also download that, and these current affairs, these are also available in Hindi. You can also refer to that, and also guys, join our Telegram channel to get more and more study material regarding your preparation, and keep preparing well, keep following daily current affairs. All the best. Thank you so much.